Hey guys, I'm back with another Halloween puzzle this week. No surprise, it's 4 weeks in a row now. Maybe my favorite one yet, guys, the Yazz puzzles. It's just called Halloween. So Yazz Halloween. Originally, it was my pick for Halloween. I was not gonna do like 6 Halloween puzzles. And I just got this one in a store. I thought it was awesome. And I already know the Yazz brand. I did a review. Such a great brand. This is a matte finish. It's a really good one, especially after I did the Vermont last week. This one was such a frustrating one for me because it was a glossy puzzle and I knew I was gonna have a blast with the Yazz. I know it was not gonna be super easy because you can tell, right? Like, how do you sort that? And definitely I had a plan to sort just like I did with my Mr. Potato Head. So I would start with one specific color and I put every single piece that has this color on it, even if it's just a tiny bit. I didn't want to miss it, so I decided to start with orange. Then on the second tray I would put anything that has green on it, and then the third tray would be the purple. I had a tray for the edges, and the last tray was pretty much everything else: brown, gray, white, beige. Then just to give you an idea, remember this one, 1,000 pieces from Eurographics? This one has all the pieces of the same shape, so you couldn't sort by shape. Well, this one was 8 hours, just a little over 8 hours. And this one was such a hard one because it's super dark and the puzzle was glossy. This one like 13 hours and a half or something. So this one, it was in between. 10 hours and a half it took me. So yeah, harder than the Eurographics, even if the Eurographics had all the pieces of the same shape. So yeah, hard puzzle, but not the toughest I've done ever. It was fun still. Now, since I already did a review for Yazz, just gonna go quick, but it's a great quality puzzle. Good enough that I wanted to buy another one. Again, great cuts, perfect quality, very nice finish that I cannot describe. You have to get a Yazz puzzle and see for yourself. But it's matte and it's soft. There's something about it. And the image is nice. They got great images. And also the pieces, they snap pretty good together, so much that when I did the pickup challenge, I never had a doubt. I just pick it up and I could just play with it like that. It would not fall apart. So very cool. If you guys put some value on this, the pickup challenge, really good one, the Yazz puzzles. Now let's go for the puzzling experience and how I solved. Again, I use my puzzling trays. I have a link in the description. You want to get them on Amazon. I really like these trays because they're stackable and it's really good to organize your space, especially when you have a lot of pieces to work with. So this is the tray I use for the edges. I start with that. You see I'm at 30 minutes to sort everything and start the edges. I guess for 1,000 pieces makes sense. The edges, again, like you see the colors, you got yellow, you got orange, you got green, you got purple. So it's not that hard to put together compared to what I had to do last week that had so many dark pieces on the edges. It took me much longer. Now I took the orange yellow tray and I just start picking pieces. Like I was puzzling from the tray kind of, but I would just go to the tray, just get a bunch of pieces that I know would work together, and I start assembling. So you can see the broom at the bottom, the building, right? Like I would put every piece that had yellow and orange in that tray. So I had these gray pieces with the yellow windows. You have some bits of gradients in the windows, some yellow to orange to dark orange. So I was like, I guess it was pretty smooth. The Halloween banner with the letters was easy to assemble, and the pumpkins, they have 2 different shades. I guess there's a pumpkin that's a bit lighter, the other one's a bit darker. You got some spirals also on the top right, and that candy on the top left. You have that moon, I guess, or the sun in the back of the building on the top. So yeah, there's a lot of pieces there. I started working on the candy canes after that. That gave me a bit of trouble. There are 2 candy canes, one that is really pink and yellow, the other one is more purple and orange. So one is lighter, one is darker, and for some reason it really gave me a tough time, so much that I had to leave it there for a while, work on something else, and then came back to it the next day. I already spent 3 hours and a half on that puzzle, and you could say there's not a lot done, not half of it. So whenever I think about 1,000 pieces puzzles, The easy ones usually are 6-7 hours. So if you see, like, I'm at 4 hours and there's no way this is gonna be done in 6 hours. So I would say this is a tough image. Not an easy puzzle at all. Not something you can just separate in 3 or 4 small puzzles. It's really a bunch of I guess elements. So I left that orange tray on the side now. I said, oh, I'll just work on something else. I work a bit on the green tray. Started assembling these liquid bottles, I guess you can call. So they have gray and green, and it's a very, very light green, transparent. And I work a bit on the purple tray also. I did the hat, or some part of the hat. But I started mixing it up at some point. I couldn't just spend my whole time on the orange tray until I was done. That was impossible. I did the easiest part, I guess. Then I did a bit of easy on the green, a bit of easy on the purple. And you can see like the eyes of the ghost. I could separate pretty easy and assemble. And after that, the remaining pieces, I was working on the rooftops because it's really just brown. And there's not a lot of brown in that puzzle. It's a lot of gray, bunch of different gradients. But after that, it was just looking for specific stuff that I could just see they go together. So you know, these, I don't even know how to call it. It's like newspaper or something, but it's just patterns on paper. I would call it paper. So they have zigzags and little dots and little bars that would make like spider webs, right? So there's 2 of these, one on the right, one in the middle. So yeah, I guess these pieces you can spot on the tray. They have lines, black on white. So I did work on that a little bit. And after that, I spent a bunch of time trying to just maybe fill some parts that I would just pick a part of the puzzle, see what it is and what I think will go there, and then start looking for it in the trays. Bunch of purple, bunch of green. And at some point I said, there's no way I'm gonna finish the puzzle like that. It's gonna be way too hard. Let's just sort everything by shape, and let's just start going to sections and just filling the blanks. Because when you get to that part in a puzzle, you have some, like, you can tell some part is gonna be a 3 ins, 3 outs, the L ones. So that's what I did. The last couple hours was that I had maybe 2 full trays of, I don't know how you call it, 2 in, 2 out. I had maybe 1 tray of 1 out, a couple 3 out, and a couple unique pieces. So I would just do that. I would look for every hole in the puzzle and see if there is any chance that is not a 2 out there. I would look for the smaller trays, the ones with like 3 outs, 1 out. They're just less pieces to look for. And then after that, it was just a bunch of 2 in, 2 outs. I did that for the rest of the puzzle because I think it was too hard. If you look at the pieces in the trays, it's just a lot of white and gray, gray and gray, green and gray. It's a lot of the same. If you just look at it, it's too hard to just search for the right pieces, I feel. And I thought it was just easier to go by elimination, look for just the unique shapes, and then just complete. I think I did that for like 2.5 hours, just filling holes. And that's where I'm at. It's such a beautiful puzzle, by the way. Look at that. Great image. Great puzzle. I definitely recommend. Honestly, guys, I don't think it's too hard. And you guys can tell me in the comments. Like, I don't know how you choose an image or a puzzle, but I don't want to have just easy puzzles. Like, if you can do 1,000 pieces in 6 hours, like I did some in the past, I can show you right now, by the way. Like the Cloudberry hands took me 6 hours, the Happy Panda 6 hours, the trees by Enjoy was 6 hours. I feel if you do 1,000 pieces in 6 hours, maybe it's a bit easy, but it's still really enjoyable. And then if you have to spend 16-17 hours plus, I think it's very hard and maybe sometimes you might be frustrated by the difficulty. I guess it really depends on what you're trying to do, what you like to do. I say this puzzle is somewhere in the middle. Not too easy, not too hard. It's gonna give you good, how do you say, good bang for your buck. I mean, if you're gonna spend 20 bucks on a puzzle and you just finish it in a day, I guess this is the best of both worlds. But again, everyone is different, right? So sometimes it's just fun to just do an easy puzzle. Just turn your brain off and just puzzle, listen to music, just have fun. Sometimes you want to work a little bit for it. So that one, it had me work. It had me search for pieces and really look to details, different shades of colors, gradients, and yeah, use my brain a little bit more. That was a great puzzle, guys. My favorite so far this Halloween season. But you know, it might not stay on top very long because I kept the best ones for last. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss the next ones. I have that Ravensburger still. I have that Magnolia Panoramic for last. And I have another one that I didn't show you yet. It's a little surprise, probably next week. Something completely different. Still in the Halloween theme. So if you enjoyed these videos, make sure you subscribe. We're not done yet. And again, leave me a comment below because I read everything. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.